don't know why, it feels like forever, but welcome back everyone for session 68 of Into the Wildlands. A lot has happened last session for our 2.5 men party. Syndra and Tyrannin, as they were recuperating, and everyone else having to deal with other things, as the fact that Navis was kidnapped, Arizel and Oberina, I was about to say Adaria, but she's dead, or erased, were pulled in by Yabala to deal with a particular ritual to suppress the foul chains that are working themselves on them. And Kermit was doing the Kermit things.
Yeah, just doing some Kermit stuff.
During that, Syndra and Tyrannin decide to investigate the Emerald Knight's armor, which they encountered 5 very damaged, disembodied souls of 5 ancient green dragons that Tyrannin recklessly projected his own self into the armor, confronted the souls, and after some carving and almost devouring one of their souls by accident, managed to destroy the armor from within. He also noted that there was a very large, demonic-looking forge in there. On the other spectrum of extremes, Syndra had made a suicide attempt to get in contact with, well, one of the aspects of death to see if she could remove or safely remove the souls out of the armors. Well, technically free them. Probably surprised at such drastic measures for a noble cause. The aspect of death known as Black Rose decided to inform her that she just has to carve the Rune of Souls, similar to the death rune that's on Oberina's book and amulet, at the cost of her life force, which she could get back as long as she rests. And she proceeded to free the confined souls, and it wasn't just the same number 1-to-1 for each of the armors. Each armor contained dozens of souls, and the realization that it wasn't just the souls holding the armor was made out of souls, as in the metal. The 2 dragonoids, I will now call them for the time being, also had a chat with Zarambal, and after an intense conversation, managed to convince the reluctant chieftain to proceed with the very gruesome ritual of taking over the mantle of power from Yabala, who, very clear to the eyes of at least Tyrannin and Syndra, that each time she casts her spells, especially the higher tier ones, she has been visibly getting weaker. The party decided to make preparations for the night, at least to have a feast and eat, as well as welcome the very few remaining members of the Dust Striders, which Chiktama, the sister of Zarambal, clearly did not want to have any part of the inheritance ritual. Busies herself to take care and entertain the guests, while Syndra and Tyrannin decide to pull Gur on the side to ask him a few very pointed questions, and it was revealed by Gur that yes, he, Goken, and Ralma, along with a few trusted members of their tribe, went to go speak to Posaka. It was supposed to be peaceful, but it went bloody. For reasons Gur does not know, but Goken was the one who delivered the killing blow. And the final pointed thing that the, I guess, two headstrong dragons learned was that there is a new fifth champion for the Venom Hand, and it sounds very suspiciously like a former acquaintance of Kermit. But let us move back just a little bit, and I will now roll this with Mavis being evens and Arizel being odds. Yay, guess who I get to start out with?
Yay!
Arizel. So Yabala pulled you and Obrina to the side to speak with you, both of you, concerning dark entities and spirits holding sway over your own souls. Although you, Arizel, happen to have two very dark entities holding a almost similar chains upon you. And let us move Oberina away a bit over here, as Yabla is simply speaking with you first. Over here, move there. Okay. This particular ritual will help suppress the dark forces that are binding themselves to your soul. One is red chains that attach to a man with a skull, and another a creature from the Great Mall. Although the protection from the primal Bractios is strong, it may not last forever, especially if we lose the primals that are on our side. If you wish, I can perform one could say, a ritual that will suppress it. But it's simply that, a suppressant, no more, no less, and it may hold at best by the end of the duel, which your friend will be participating and also helping deciding the fate of our tribes.
I suppose that I would be the one that has to cut the chains myself if I'm going to try to get rid of them, but to suppress them would be helpful.
Yes. And if anything, it might give me some insight as to aid you in this. As she starts working with a very potent level of incense, which I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw. As while it is not harmful, it is something like a poison because it is filling up the room. And you are still conscious, or rather, you're able to sit down, taking a deep breath. You're not spazzing or coughing. You also realize that Obrina and Yabala are not there anymore. The entire place is dark. Let us change this
Hey.
here. One more, just moving so convenient now I can just move it without having to press macros. But you find yourself here.
Ping that one more time. Okay, cool, thanks. Find me real quick. There I am.
And you are witnessing a very large-scale battle. There are lots of dead bodies, but you see some very familiar faces.
I hate it all. Okay.
And one, or rather, some very noticeable faces that you do see.
Woof.
I should just shift Z so you can actually see them. But also a pair, or rather a trio of faces that you should really not want to see in this place. You recognize them. Pretty much all the players in the field.
Yep.
And you do see a lot of people very bloodied. They're still in the midst of fighting. But despite all the fighting, you do hear Orcus' obnoxious, loud voice booming over all the fighting, the sword clashing, the beast roaring, the blood-curdling screams of death. And Orcus' full attention is on Red Fox himself. You actually have the gall to steal from me the souls that belong to me with that little patsy trick. And you see Red Fox looking very confident, despite the fact that on his free hand, or his right hand, he's holding a very noticeable set of red chains that are wrapped around your brother and your parents. And very coolly, without showing much of fear. In fact, it's very arrogant. Please, Prince of the Undeath. You collect souls from various sources. I'm just making an insurance for myself. Besides, as he gestures to a very recognizable bald man with tattoos on his head, as he is in the midst of fighting with another person, throwing spells at each other. Are they not more pressing matters, besides you being quite angry at insignificant old me for copying your little brand of sacrifice trick? And Orcus, with his very notable wand, steps forward, threateningly, very menacingly. And you can roll me a perception, Arizel.
Too busy focused on my family. Seeing them there.
Yep, they are bloody, they're beaten up pretty badly, but most importantly, they are tied up, bounded by these strange red chains that are very similar to the ones that are around your hands and neck, but not as intense in red.
Question. Can I
Yes.
see said chains currently?
Yes.
Fantastic. Are you sure they're not quite as red as the other one?
Yes, if one could say they're not as corporeal.
Ah,
You can see them. They're just more see-through for your eyes. But as you look over there, they are very visible on both, well, on all three, your mother, father, and brother. And Red Fox is holding all three of them, and yet Orcus doesn't seem to be too keen on charging in, despite him holding his very recognizable staff that's glowing a menacing green. And from the looks of it, I'll give this to you. The darkness behind him seems to be very much glued to him, as if it's holding him back. And Red Fox, not showing any real fear or concern, very calmly pulls your brother more forward in the direction of Orcus. Now, I know you're not so angry at me for pilfering a few dozen souls that were bound to you, either by curse or by sacrifice, Prince of Undeath. No, you're angry at something else. I don't know what, and frankly, I no longer care since, well, I found a very fine opportunistic revenue. You would dare steal from me and have the gall to insult me in my face? As Orcus reaches his hand backwards and starts ripping what looks to be the darkness, the strange black ichor that's perhaps serving like a barrier, but you do see the bits of undead start to come out and pour out, while the bald man, Dennis, steps back, or rather stumbles back as he's hit by another spell by the veiled masked woman. And Red Fox not looking much at all afraid. Yes, well, considering how most of my business deals have been going, let's just say that I found the more winning side. That could be quite applicable and fun. By the way, Dennis, isn't your friend supposed to deal with that woman already? She's been problematic as of yet. Dennis looking with a lot of holes on him, and you do see the black ichor, which is his true form, hiding beneath the flesh husk that he uses, seeping out, gurgles something in some strange language that you would not understand. Or rather, there's too many voices speaking at once. Though Red Fox kind of chuckles. Yes, I know, we had a misunderstanding back at the manor. But could you mind telling your boss to, I don't know, help here a little bit? What do you do? Oh, as you get a little bit closer, Arizel, you do see familiar faces fighting, and very unfamiliar faces. Some of them getting themselves killed, which you do see once again. The very familiar Alejandro getting shot from behind, and while he was focused on trying to kill Eric, and eventually some others are being put down or slain. Some you do recognize as the upper echelon or officers of the Red Fox. Others you may have recognized from meeting on a unexpected encounter here and there. Though it seems like this particular individual is holding his own against even the well-known drow hero of the Icewind Dale. What do you do, as it seems time is moving slow, and yet Red Fox and Orcus's conversation is still proceeding as if it's a business transaction? One that's going poorly.
I would say I continue to move towards my family, kind of keeping distance from the fighting happening around. Like, I take note that it's there, but I'm also very fixated on trying to get to my family, because as far as she knows, like, her parents, while they're tied to Orcus potentially, she doesn't know the extent of how Red Fox got to them, so. Or maybe she doesn't quite remember, so she's just making her way to her family.
Well, as you get a little bit closer, you see, to your surprise, Alejandro getting a gasp of air and suddenly picking himself up to attack Elric again, which the man is shouting, "Why don't you just stay dead? I stabbed you in the heart multiple times already!" And as you approach there, can you roll me a perception?
Yeah. Let me find it real quick. Maybe? Oh, that's better.
Okay. You saw something more toward your... Where's my measuring tool? To the side, as you see the woman that was fighting with Dennis. This one in particular suddenly stops moving, and there is a large hole, or rather a blood-soaked hand that just emerged from her chest. As she falls to the depths below, a very familiar figure appears from the darkness of it.
Oh,
shit. The figure looks familiar, but there's no face.
The immediate thought of Adaria comes to mind, but is confused because it doesn't have a face.
Also, that figure is holding what looks to be like a heart in its hands, while the person that just got a hand through the chest has just fallen to the depths of the unknown darkness there.
I guess.
Orcus seems to be more focused on talking to Red Skull and is not even paying attention to the woman that's walking by. You may continue on with what you wish to do, as these things are happening.
Keep my eye on that one. You said earlier that Eric stabbed this one. I forget his name. Why do I forget his name? It starts with an...
Hold on.
It starts with an A. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
so I'll bring his sheet out, so because I'm sure a lot of people forgot him already.
I feel like it's like Alexander or something of that nature.
Yes.
Yeah? Great! Got it! So he said that he stabbed Alexander in the heart, right?
Multiple
Several
times.
Okay.
Yes. Here we go.
Oh, Alexandros. Okay. See? Got it. Cool. I'm gonna move to about this position. And then I'm gonna turn to Eric and I'm gonna throw my dagger at him.
As you reach for your dagger, you realize you don't have it.
Dang it. Okay. So I have nothing else on me though, like in terms of weapon.
No, but your gauntlet is still on you.
Let's see, how much options do I got here? Don't have lightning bolt at the moment, but maybe I could punch him. I don't have any lightning bolts on me, otherwise I'd be like, heck yes.
You can certainly try.
Oh dear, this is gonna hurt, buddy. Maybe, we'll see. I'm actually gonna come up to him. And I'm gonna swing a punch at him with my gauntlet hand so that I can deliver an additional shock to it.
You got an advantage since he is not paying attention at all. He is focused on trying to kill a man that will not stay dead.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, let's put this on. So what do I roll for? Because it would be for a dagger per se.
I'll just have you roll your dex at advantage.
Okay. Aw, that's not great.
You swing with your gauntlet and you swing true, but your hand goes right through his head. And it looks like it's vapors and smoke that you are touching at. As he proceeds to once again stab the mad angel of vengeance again through a heart. And you see what looks to be like electricity surging out from the blade. And then a gunshot. Point blank.
Oh god.
And Alexandros once again hits the ground. Eric is holding on to his newly acquired bullet wound on the arm. And also, roll me another perception. That's fine, because the woman that stuck behind, or rather just very calmly walked behind Orcus, who, as he's pulling out more undead, now that she walk almost unseen or unmolested by the undead, throws the heart into the dark void of this swirling chaos. You see a very large hand rip out through it. Where is my handout? So I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw as you see this hand come out.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Okay. Not great. Could do better.
Yeah, as the last thing you do see before your vision fades from the whole terror, you see this. As its hand reaches out and it grabs Orcus from behind. And I just want you to roll me one more perception. You hear a somewhat regal but at the same time guttural voice that, while incomprehensible, for some reason you do understand what's coming from this thing's mouth. But the mouth doesn't move, and it just says, "Such a failure to remake this universe in our image. It is time you return to the primordial soup." And it pulls Orcus with ease into the void. And the faceless one, you get the feeling it's staring at you as it waves a bloody hand in your direction.
Give a confused look, because again, looks like Adaria, not quite sure.
You can attempt to roll an intelligence.
Oh no. Intelligence, where are you? Just straight intelligence?
Or you can roll me investigation, history, intelligence check of your choice. I'll give it to you.
I'll do investigation, because that one's pretty. Dink. Look at that.
You do remember, at least the memories that were not erased. Adaria did mention about a other version of her that was very much into the cult, or was the cult leader. And Tyrannin and Syndra have mentioned a faceless Adaria here and there. Especially when it invaded their minds for a little while. But as that happens and your vision goes dark, you find yourself once again before the fire. And you do see Yabola using her druidic stick to... Or one would think that she hit you over the head with it, but it was really just her placing the stick over your head, and your head feels cool. As if someone put the ice pack to your forehead to cool off any sort of headache. You're sweating profusely.
Yikes. Okay. Am I still sitting? Did I fall over at all or anything like that?
You are still sitting.
Still sitting. Okay, cool. I take a second to gather my thoughts, to gather the processes, because before the disappearing of everybody, she was trying to reach out to her father to see if she couldn't grasp him or do anything. But then that's when everything kind of went out. And then she kind of like, she looks up to meet Yabola.
And you see her eyes are pretty much closed while she's standing very still like a statue. You do hear the slight breathing. I'll just roll the d20 for her con. She still keeps a stick to your forehead, and her eyes are still shut. There's no sign of Oberina at the moment, so I'm just gonna put this here.
She kind of looks around, and then she looks back at Yabola. What did I just witness?
As you say that, you see the eyes open, and you see they are, well, one of them anyway, under the lily pad that she wears as a hat. There's a bit of blue, deep blue in there. And She just goes, I am not sure what you have saw in your possible visions. The future isn't always determined, at least not with the turning of events that you and your group had been making. Before, there was always a somewhat set or guided outcome, but things have been changing. For better or worse, I do not know. However, I have found at least a location of your vision, the ones involved. You will find them in the far south, past the outsiders' home. You will need to ask the aid of some of the river tribes or the sea tribes that hopefully they're not hostile to you.
Is it a tribe I know? Or that we heard of yet?
You will know that the particular mermaid princess you saved is is a member of one of those tribes.
Cool. Cool. That's key piece of information right there. Yeah. I hope not. But go see them and ask for some aid.
For now, I have suppressed the skull, the one-eyed skull one has on you. But be warned, if he invokes upon it, he might be able to rob you of your freedom.
Well, it's not the first time.
I will deal with the other one. You should return to your friends and to get a good night's rest. I will also see if I can locate your kidnapped friend.
Yeah. And she'll just kind of slowly get up and make her way out.
You just kind of see Yaba lean on her stick, but makes no moves to stop you or make any more conversation. Well, you can just see from her snout, she's just focusing on the fires. Now you step out, you're greeted by the night air, and standing to your side here, you see Zarambal standing, arms crossed, just waiting, and very much brooding.
Got that brooding aura over there. Like, I probably should step away and let it be.
He looks at your direction, just simply ask gruffly, I only see one of you. Where is the other? I have to speak with the elder shaman.
Not sure where she is. She was there 1 minute and gone the next. I don't know if she's already left, but she was sitting in the corner.
As he pushes himself off from the side of the hut, begins to walk past you. Go and join your friends. I suppose one would say you have much catching up to do with each other. And as he goes to the entrance, I'll give you a choice of insight or perception.
Ooh, let's see which one is better.
Oh.
Neither. They're both the same. All right. Let's do. Oh God. Let's do insight. Let's see if I can't catch him. Nope.
Oh, it wasn't too high of difficulty, but you do see
Cool.
him. You do see a bit of hesitation as he reaches to the doorway of Yabala's hut, and then he proceeds to enter.
I start to head back to. After taking a minute, I start to head back to everybody else.
Okay, everyone is over here. You actually see the big fires and everyone sort of drinking and enjoying food.
I like that they're sort of implied in there.
Tyrion and Syndra, you do see an approaching Arizel.
You know, for once, I would like to try a non-completely stressed out and beaten up and full of adrenaline one of these primals, you know? It's too tough, I think.
Mock kind of presents a. You smell the liquor, the ale. Points to the meat and it points to the alcohol, and makes a pouring motion.
Oh, okay. You'll pour some on.
And to your surprise, there is a smell of alcohol, but what you're looking at is gravy. Or some sort of thick cream.
Oh boy.
Bach is also passing along similar looking containers of that very same liquid to other Sharktooth members, and even presents one to you, Kermit. Looks edible.
Yeah, I know. It's just that's not that. It's just Syndra just kind
I'll
of
eat it.
being weird. So yeah, she'll try it.
Yes, this monkey has offered you a vase, a small pouring cup or a pitcher of what you can only guess is some sort of gravy or cream to place on the meat.
Hell yeah.
And should you consume it, it's got a weird, sweet, tangy spice to it. You're certain... Oh, actually, Syndra, you would definitely know the taste of this. It tastes very much like citrus of the oranges.
I was just about to ask if I've encountered it in the wild.
Does Kermit eat fruits on occasion?
He
or
eats
does he go-
everything.
Perfect, so I'll just roll this. Oh yeah, definitely. You recognize the you recognize some of the flavors. You can roll me another you can roll me a survival to see how much. Actually no, not
Okay.
survival. Yeah, roll survival for me.
Alright. Oh.
You're not sure, but you do have some of the familiar swamp tastes there. At least
Okay.
from your home. Arian, Arizel.
Tiernan.
Okay,
Dylan,
cool.
the Jade tastes fine.
He's on his way back.
Alright,
Not
no
a
worries.
problem.
Like, alright, cool.
Okay.
I'll walk away
not a
then.
problem.
Oh,
No
hey,
worries.
Ari. You should get some of the Jade before it's gone.
Yeah, a lot of people are going through it.
Shit. Might as well go get the alcohol.
What I
I'm
do?
gonna feed some to Bozamar too.
You see Arizel in front of you.
Oh,
Sindra just yelled,
Yeah,
Tyrion,
yeah.
you gotta get over here and get the Jade before it's gone.
oh shit. Alright. Tyrion will just look at Ari. You doing alright?
Alright, it's gonna be. What about everybody else? What about you?
I'm alive. Yeah. Did you describe what I look like?
So, Arizel, you don't need to roll anything for this, but you do notice that Tyrannon's lower jaw is now a sea-like green or bluish green hue to it, and he also has very distinct green highlights to the eyes.
What's with the green?
I may have eaten at least several pieces of ancient dragon souls. They were the armor. It was all weird. I'm hungry.
Right. Okay, that's interesting to hear.
Yes, but at least we have one way to take down the armors for good. Entirely on my shoulders.
Yeah, I could. Well. Alrighty then.
Sindra wanders over with a plate of her own. Just... So, what, dude? You smell like a import shop.
Good point. Well, there's a lot to go over. There's a lot to talk about. But I guess I have one person's quotation change, I suppose, or at least hold. I should say hold on me. Is suppressed. I feel like there's more to it. And I'm just confused about the whole thing. Because I'm pretty sure I thought I saw Adria, but I think it was her other half.
Oh, the faceless one that's freaky as fuck.
Yes, that one. That
She's
one.
a bitch.
Absolutely.
I come wandering back over with literally just like a piece of anime meat.
Mm-hmm.
No idea how there's one bone through a gigantic skewer of meat, but it's there. That's weird.
Yep. You're providing some more meat and other foods for everyone else. So,
Well, I discovered through probably what was probably at the moment a dumb idea, but you can't argue with results. You know, that whole thing that has kind of worked for us. While you were gone, I killed myself.
I'm sorry, what?
Knife straight through the neck. Terrifying. She gave me this weird
I-
rock that was supposed to jam in it. Never told me when.
Oh, God.
No, you did it at the right time. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I think Death told me when to do it.
Oh, scary voice that made you, you know, nearly crap yourself while getting the chills from the bottom of your spine to the top and back down.
Oh, it wasn't my mom.
Ari takes the rum and starts to down it.
so do you want to willingly fail your con save, or you want to roll it?
Let's roll it. I want to roll. I want to see if the dice want to deal with this.
Okay. Roll it for
Con.
me.
Okay,
Yes.
con save.
Yes.
Great.
While you're drinking,
Well, Jesus Christ. I'm fine.
I'm sorry to say, but your fear and the other giant creature that literally came out and pulled Orcus through a portal is somehow making you sweat off the alcohol that you pump in.
Son of a bitch. I like.
Here's
Did you only have one bottle?
While you're
I mean,
drinking,
I have to
Tyrion
have
just
some
looks
for
at
return
Syndra.
trip.
We had a fucking afternoon, didn't we?
Tiernan, the best time we've had so far has been on a submarine full of pirates, while traveling for a few days without encountering anything more than carnivorous rocks. I don't even think it phases me anymore.
Can we go back to the submarine? I think that was, like you said, one of the better days, a better setups.
You just want your hips broken, get over it.
What? No! Oh my god. Do you have any more rum?
I need some for the way back. I mean, I brought enough.
I
See,
will
one,
go get
two,
some then.
3. Yeah. I'm only enough to get back, you know.
Those monkeys gotta have some booze.
But he's got some pretty good shit.
Oh,
Well-
you're conscious. Surprise,
I am.
actually.
Oh god. Oh no.
This,
Alright, if you want to forget about what's been happening the past certain amount of time, drink whatever this monkey gives you.
By the way, you are shaking a lot. What happened? Do you have a fever?
I'm surprised I don't have one. But, no. I'm pretty sure I saw something that... You know, I don't know how to explain it.
Oh, you
He
did mention
or
old face.
it...
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you did mention faceless Adaria.
Yes, I suppose brought in another being about 10 times the size of everybody else. They're not, if not at least a heck of a lot more. Can't tell you. Took Orcus and pulled him into, I think what was said was the primordial soup, and vanished. He had some yellow on him. Kind of looked like a bug to me. It was really weird. And of course, the other Atria waved at me. So I don't know what that means. I'm not quite sure what this entails. And yeah, that's just a lot to process.
Saw an orc get pulled into soup.
Ari, you've seen this look on Syndra before. When someone she's wanted to murder has been taken away from her, but it's almost fleeting for a moment. And she's like, well, wait, who the hell took him? and then...
I will say this, Kermit. Mock standing right next to you looks very confused. Gives you a black vial.
Is this safe?
Oh,
I'm just gonna drink
Not.
it.
alright. Roll me a con save. It's a very
Fuck.
strong and potent alcohol.
Like, oh well.
Pass. You just passed.
Son of a.
Kermit, you feel very good. In fact, you probably heard the expression before that this drink would put hairs on you. Even though what you are, you're pretty certain you can't grow hair, but yet you feel like you probably could.
Is it bypassing my poison?
Yes.
Immunity? Oh shit. Am I drunk?
You feel good. You're not drunk yet, but you feel real good.
Oh.
You feel very invigorated.
This monkey's giving me some good juice.
Just gives you a thumbs up.
Wait. What color was he?
Ooh, the thing that pulled him into the soup, he was yellowish. And
That makes a
quite
little
frankly,
sense.
but like,
That makes even more sense, actually.
Oh.
I
What makes
actually
sense?
hate that the puzzle has its pieces consumed.
Well, I have to kill an eldritch being from beyond the veil.
You have to kill.
Because he took Orcus from me. I was going to make that suffer. I was going to make the primal bitch of undead fucking suffer. Didn't know how, but I was going to do it.
It makes sense. Monkey don't understand.
Monkey's just standing there like, here, have some more alcohol? Maybe.
That's exactly what he's doing. He just kind of looks at you all, looks to you, Kermit. Ooh. Taps your shoulder, points to Syndra, shrugs. Whoa.
I'm just gonna hand him a handful of grubs.
He looks at it, sniffs it, pulls out a very clear green container, starts putting them in there, pulls out a red vial, pours what you can clearly smell alcohol in it, corks the container that has a grub in it, starts shaking it.
I'm not drinking that.
I think that's for you, Syndra.
I'm sorry, that's for who?
Syndra.
Okay, first of all, I don't ever touch grubs.
That's disgusting. That's probably for you, actually, Kermit.
I'm gonna feed it to Bosmar.
Oh God.
He does not give it to you yet. He's still shaking it. If you reach for it, he is actually gonna growl at you, like,
Oh.
as he continued to shake it.
Back before it went to hell. Not literally, like Etriel. But I did go down south for a few years. And they used to put worms in this alcohol made from, like, this. I still can't get over that, and then that one time we went clear around the south into Shao and the snake wine. The fuck is wrong with people? Ruining perfectly good alcohol.
Grunts at you. As he shakes it, y'all can roll me a perception as he is furiously shaking it.
Boy.
But nothing was nearly as bad as that time someone tried to pass me fermented goat yak milk.
Ugh. I
So,
can't
Kermit-
remember that.
So Kermit sees this very clearly. Syndra, I'll go downwards.
Oh God.
Are you rolling, Ari, or is that 11 was your roll? I forgot.
I did roll. It's an 11. I don't know if
Okay.
it's showing up on your end.
Yeah, now I see it. Okay, so
Okay.
going, I'm gonna go down. So Kermit and Tyrion, well, actually, Kermit, you see this in pure, clear detail. The grubs that were in that alcohol have now dissolved, and the alcohol went from this clear color to a fine, silky red coloring. Tyrion, you are certain you saw the grub dissolve, but you're not sure how the liquid turned from the clear to a silky reddish color. And unfortunately for Syndra and Arizel, there's no grub in there, and the color of the alcohol changed.
Good enough to drink now, Syndra?
He gets a small little cup, pours, serves himself one. He lifts his head upward, breathes out a small little puff of fire. There's a shit grin on his face.
Great. He's made Baldur's Gate's fireball whiskey. Oh, I hate bitches.
He offers it now.
No, I enjoy my... Thank you.
I think I'm alright. Thank you, though. I don't do grub.
Does that have
What do you-
holes in it,
Are
Buck?
you resistant? I've watched you literally stick your hand in a fire and pull out something.
Me?
Yes. Or am I thinking of that other tiefling I had with us?
What did I pull out? Do you remember?
I... Was it chicken?
Mock offers the liquor to Kermit and Tiernan.
I'm gonna take a cup.
Pass. I've lost too much blood already today.
I lost most
Okay.
of mine.
I'm gonna feed a little bit to Bozamar, and then I'm gonna drink the rest.
Okay, I'm gonna have to roll Bozamar's con save. Where are you, Bozamar? And now I'm gonna laugh at you if you fail this. And you're supposed to be a former. Where are you? There you are. Okay.
Alright.
Well. So, Kermit, you're feeling a little woozy, but you and Bozamar tilt your heads upward and roll me a D100. I roll this for Bozamar.
Wow.
Alright. So Kermit, you belched out a huge, for a very brief second, what looks to be like a fireball, and it goes up to the up and through the canopy. Bozamar, unfortunately, he just has a little streak of fire.
Damn! This monkey sure can make it drink.
Chuckles. He goes around you all as he proceeds to start sharing said drink with other people, the other tribes members, who some of them who actually saw what just happened. Some of them are very politely turning away the alcohol.
That monkey's a party animal.
Who have no idea.
Yeah, seems like it. I need
Did you know
more
he
to
got
drink.
kicked out for trying to be a marketable source? I feel like I just solved a problem.
Sandra, have you ever considered getting a pet?
As you say that, you would you show him Smiley, who suddenly crawls up over under his shoulder?
Yes, this would be Smiley, right? Just throw them right here. This thing crawls from her shoulder.
Aw, it's a chicken.
Ari has to look back at Kermit, like, what?
Even Bozamar
That's
looks
not
at
even
you.
close.
I meant a monkey manservant, though. You wouldn't mind having Mock around making you drinks.
Yikes. I'm gonna go
can-
find more alcohol. Yeah. How's everybody else doing, though? Good? We're doing okay?
Still missing Mavis.
Speaking of Mavis,
Oh, that's right.
your
Fuck.
turn. As the night draws in for you guys, the night continues on for a particular individual.
Few seconds.
Uh-oh. Okay, just let me know when you're back.
Quick, weird logistics question, Miser.
Yes.
How far away is the Emerald Star from here?
Since you guys had your raptors, it'll be like about a good 6-8 hours.
Oh.
If nothing comes charging in after you. Actually, no.
I meant how far, like, distance is it?
That's a good few miles away.
Okay, there's just a logistics question of two skeletons that needed to be re-upped or that killed. So, Trying to decide which if I had my permanent one kill the other two before it happened, or if they just made their way here.
Oh, they probably would have made. They already have reached you by now, so I'll give you
Okay.
that. Actually, can you roll me a D100 just to see if they didn't get eaten by something along the way? Well, I'm just gonna switch that as you guys go to the next map, and
One of them's
with the
missing
funny
his
number.
pelvis.
A funny number.
Yeah. So Syndra, your two skeletons do arrive, but one is missing an arm, the other one is missing the upper torso, but yeah, still moving with the lower half.
Well, that's a problem. Alright, you kill that one.
Whack. Killed by your at least the armored figure of your adopted mother.
At this point, probably.
Yes, and she is dragging you.
Oh,
Unless you resist. Okay. Well, right now there is no... There's at least no sign of Ed. But there also doesn't seem to be any form of communication
fine.
from the armored figure. You don't? Persuasion. Hmm. There's a pause. The armor figure still not letting go of you, but almost as if almost like a statue. It goes still.
Is probably like see the difference.
Roll me a history. You remember that when, at least when your adoptive mother, Akra, would wear her armor, while she does keep most of her personality or her emotions covered, she was also the type that was very outgoing and confrontational. This sort of behavior is alien to you.
We're always like.
Roll me another persuasion. Does have an advantage? Grip on from the armored knight tightens a little bit, but not painfully so. And it takes 5 steps. But with your passive perception, you see that the movements feel a bit more janky. The armor pauses. Oh. There we go. There was just a lot of sirens outside. The armor pauses, then points. The location up ahead. You see somewhat of a magic circle formation. You can roll me Arcana or an Intelligence. You're not sure how teleportation works, but you got a suspicion that's where you're going. There's a pause. The helmet kind of shakes a little bit. Repeat it again. The shaking of the helmet is not a yes or a no, but rather it seems like there's the method of it trying to come off. But with your passive perception, you can see that the armored figure is struggling to walk forward as if it wants to step backwards. She's rolling really well despite me trying to put all those disadvantages. There is a pause. And despite this suit of armor that is not only a bit shorter than you, Mavis, you do know that this was a very strong individual. But the grip, well, not a vice grip. It was sort of the grip of a parent trying to usher their child elsewhere. It lets go.
I look behind. Is there
does look real.
Akra.
It is looking downward as if roll me another history. You vaguely remember seeing some war forges and other animatrons in a standby phase. The other hand, her dominant arm still holds the... Actually, no, her offhand is holding her sword. But the dominant hand that was holding you, or basically pulling you, is now to its side. It's standing eerily still.
I don't know if I can see.
Before you do that, roll me a D100, actually. Yes, I know.
70.
So before you go, very quickly, because you do remember that despite Akra's small stature and bizarre physique, she's actually pretty quick. But she does grab your hand with her free arm. But it's not a vicious grab. I was gonna roll one more time for her. It is at disadvantage because she's about to do something that's going to be very contradictory to Ed's control. Okay. All right. Well, this is going to greatly weaken her. But she gives you her sword. And as she lets go, I'm going to roll this one more time, and it's still a disadvantage. Goddamn blasted aura of protection. I'll say this right now, she just passed Ed's control right now.
Girl.
Yeah, because his DC is a freaking 23, so she just passed this one. The suit of armor, as it lets go, and fighting the compel programming to not only take that sword back, but to also bring you to the location. Steps to the side. And falls off the platform.
I'll wait a damn minute. Ain't no mom.
Roll me a perception.
Use my eye.
Tears are in your eye, but with the 11, it wasn't too difficult. You don't see her falling into the abyss, but you saw a very bright red light wrap around her. and she's gone. Also, with your passive perception, you begin to see that the bridge you're standing on is slowly fading.
Hey, they're gonna run. This back right.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yes, because it's fading, you need to roll me an acrobatics.
21.
You easily make it. Now I need you to roll me a D100.
Hey.
Great. You're gonna go somewhere else right now. Give me a moment, because I probably needed to set this up right. It's actually a great sword. And you are here as you wake up. You're covered in cold sweat. Also, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
7.
Unfortunately, you did not get the benefits of a long rest. But,
Needed one.
yes, but unfortunately, you wake up covered in complete cold sweat. Very noticeable bruise marks on your forearm where Akra was grabbing onto you. And I know the map doesn't really have a nice image of it, but this would be a simple cell room.
It shows black on my screen.
Because
Yeah.
it is dynamic lighting. So let me
Yeah, I can see.
just...
I can see.
I can't
Probably-
see anything. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
now
I'm
I'm
feeling
seeing it.
There we go.
Yes, because he got control of the other character. But there we go. Anyway, as you wake up, you meet the face of this individual who has a basket or one of those basins, baskets of fresh clothes.
Where am I?
You're in the cellar of my home. The manor that I live in. Are you alright, dear? You had taken quite a fall.
Everything good.
Well, considering you fell and smashed right onto a counter outside in the stables, I'm surprised you're still alive. Oh, my apologies. I didn't introduce myself. My name is Mariam. I am I suppose you can call me the noble lady of the Crimson Court in, well, Rashakan. Mavis. Nothing special, dear. Is that so, considering you came through a bright red light and, well, quite literally crashed into my manor? Or at least... Yes, very bright red.
That's where's the rest of the party? Where's the... Where's the sharp tooth?
I'm sorry. What exactly is the sharp tooth?
Big tree.
I will roll this for her. Unfortunately, it will be a disadvantage because she does not know what you're talking about. Makes sense. Unfortunately, I don't know about this sharp tooth place or trees. Are you by any chance referring to the savage jungles up in the more northwest area?
Yes.
Then you must be referring to the Emerald Star Outpost, dear.
Is that close?
You are about a good week away, if you don't have to deal with any of those savage barbarians that roam the areas. The savage locals, mind you.
Go faster.
I could possibly send you with some aid of teleportation magic, but it is still untested. We are trying to establish a few teleportation circles with the other, well, lesser levels of outposts, but from my understanding, the Emerald Star is still very under function.
Just with confident.
This she's actually good at. Oh, that's not the thing that she's supposed to write. Let's say there's a... If you imagine the area well enough, we might have a good 85% chance of success. Granted, we will need some compensation since it is not a free service. Your gear...
I take a may not work.
Very well, you can rest for a bit longer. What is your name exactly again? You said Mavis. She looks you up and down. It's a very critical, analytical look. Well, I can tell you're an adventurer, but your slim build puts me at a question as to why you are carrying such a heavy sword like that. As, besides you is the very familiar sword of your adoptive mother.
Oh. Was it good? I don't know.
A shame. That's quite a unique weapon there.
Right, I'll learn. If I like.
I'm just gonna roll this for her. Actually, my fellow DMs, I would like some help here, but what would be a good thing for empathy?
Roll
Probably
their
charisma.
Okay. Just go with a straight charisma roll. Oh, she does not have that high of a number. There we go. What's that? Alright, well, take the rest you need. We may talk about it later, and if you wish, we may want to come up to the upper floor. Introduce yourself to the others, and I suppose get an actual bite to eat, as your scrawny form will need some muscle to at least decently wield that sword.
Oh yeah.
She very calmly opens the door there.
Nice.
Makes her way out. What do you do in silence? Rowan, Mavis. God damn, I'm getting the archers
Oh,
wrong.
I'm straight up.
Alright.
I'll go.
It is a simple bed, despite the image as presented here. There's really no windows viewing.
Right before. On it.
It is a very beautiful great sword. And there are various insignias on it. What are your languages again?
Common, Elvish.
Okay, so Primordial actually helps you on this one as you recognize some of the more elemental mentions of the runes. But you'll have to roll me an intelligence roll, or if you have proficiency on it, Arcana, Religion, or Investigation.
Yeah, 7.
The best you can take. Oh. The best you can guess is that this is a foreign language that uses the primordial as a basis, but it is not the core language. All right. You may move around a little bit. I am just preparing something on a sheet, so. What does go through Mavis's mind as the last moments of, or at least seeing her last interactions with Akra?
Are we gonna? It is. Act. Conqueror disappeared in a bright red. Out of a bright red. From a
Possibly. Quite possibly. Alright, just grab this and I will move you on to the next map as you go upstairs. On your way over, Marlene is waiting for you upstairs. You are up here. As sorry, I'm coughing up a bit. Mariam simply adds, "Yes, welcome to the Crimson Court."
It's very crimson.
Yes, you wouldn't be seeing us coming out of the daytime. No worries. You are under my protection, so none of them will harm you in any way, so long as you don't harm them. Though I suppose you do smell a bit offensive with all the muck and grime that you still have upon you. Are you sure you don't wish to have at least a little bit of refreshments, recovery, and clean up before we attempt any sort of magic?
Oh no, I'm good with being strong.
Yes, you do look quite a frail thing, though. As she kind of talks to you in a very chiding, motherly sort of manner.
Oh, I eat like a bird. How fast can teleportation?
They'll just take you to the entrance. Come along. As you do walk with her and you start passing by the other various people, you do notice with your passive perception a lot of them are very ghostly pale and notable red eyes as they all look at you in a form of fascination, but it's well, nothing too provoking.
I'll just give off not soon.
One that's in the middle of drinking her wine gives you a very audible smile and lets some of the wine drip.
You said iron Oh, where we go?
That's perfectly fine, as Mariam smiles very softly, sweetly. You can roll me a perception. You notice the fangs that she's not really hiding. And she just adds, gold is just as fine. Or, if you want, you can leave a magical item of strong equivalence as she again looks at the direction of your newly acquired sword.
Name your price and
How badly do you want to get to your location?
pretty bad.
Very well, offer all the gold that you have.
I will walk, but thank you so much for the hospitality. Do you have a phone?
What exactly is the phone? As she looks somewhat bemused by your antics, or at least your commentary to her. Ah, the message spell. Who do you wish to send a message to?
A friend.
Does this friend have a name?
To Kermit.
No. I thought about it though. Cinder Gallows.
Let's roll this. Never heard of her. Very well. Well, that is a she, is it? As she kind of looks at you very inquisitively. I know some people tend to have different names for different meanings. Description of her? I'm pretty sure you can find her at the players.
No, I'm looking.
She's the goth elf.
That's fine. I wasn't sure. Don't forget that I suck.
But you're getting better.
I used to think I was. She's the captain of the Winter Witch. Elf. Very powerful. Very prideful. Very much.
Physical description.
Shut up. I'm just stalling.
You can see for a brief moment. Ooh, silver skin. As Mariam is just, she almost looks like she's just playing with her nails as you describe, or at least talk about the personality, almost in a very playful manner. I mean, don't worry, I'm very good with descriptions, but since I never heard of a Cinder Gallows, I do need to work on a physical description. So she is a elf. What type of elf is she? Please tell me she's not some horrid gray elf or one of those.
She's a
I guess they're a bit better.
pale, black hair, glowing eyes, nails down her back.
She pauses as you say scales on her back. Are you sure we're talking about an elf and not some half-dragon or dragonoid hybrid? I suppose it narrows it down a bit. And she pulls out what looks to be like a Mavis. You recognize her right away as a maestro stick to lead a orchestra. And she moves it around a little bit and hymns a very soft but almost cheerful melody. And Syndra, you get a message. Actually, I'm gonna roll this just in case.
Sending.
Perfect. No interference. Syndra, you get a very strange message from someone that you don't know. By the way, everyone, it is the next morning for you all. But
Full rest.
Woohoo!
yes, you guys get the full res. Unfortunately, Mavis does not. I am sorry. It just happens.
Thank God I get my
And,
hit point back.
Yes. So, Syndra, you hear a very fine, very chic female voice that you can clearly tell is from nobility. Excuse me, is this Syndra Gallows? I am Mariam. I believe I found your crewmate, Mavis. There's a pause. She did not give a last name.
Oh.
Okay, that sounds good. Where are you?
You feel the message hit you again. We are currently at Rashakan town, city, as you would call it. She is fine. She is under my protection.
Right, just 1 second. I need to look something up.
Just so you know, that was my boarding con save.
Yep. You rolled your con save.
Nice.
Hearing in, you feel very invigorated.
Question, Miser.
Yes, I may have
Do I
answered.
remember them? Do I remember Fia mentioning anything about these people or about this person who's contacted me?
No. Fia, what she told you was that there were other courts and nobility that were against her lover, Ludwig. She herself works at the Enchantress Club, which is owned by a Madame Edea. Though she did warn you, though, that there were a lot of supernaturals that do rule the other nobility. A vampire and something else.
Syndra replies back. Thank you. We're at Emerald Star right now. Would you pass along to Madame Medea that we have one of her missing employees with us? Thank you.
So,
Actually, then it's like, no, she said, but if you happen to come across a red fox, tell him I'm still hunting.
oh, that makes sense. You did hit a couple of nail triggers there. So, Mavis, the very somewhat sweet, metally looking face of Mariam is still there, and for a brief moment there is a bit of a furrow of her brow, and then there's just a slight, one could say, a false smile now. And she just speaks to you. Your friend has very interesting things to say. I didn't know she was acquainted with that bitch and that stinking criminal organization. She looks you up and down again, almost as of a form of concern. And then she just places her hand on your shoulder. Are you sure you're not being held hostage by them, or did you escape from them?
No. I was traveling with them. Figure out what.
Ah, dear, you're one of those fledgling adventurers traveling with a bunch of... you remind me of my sister. It is not a compliment, but... No, it was not. And she kind of looks at you, and she's just gonna do a little insight. Yeah, you can see it actually is... Or at least she's looking at you somewhat worryingly.
I could promise. Fine.
He just said thank you and then mentioned about the the particular woman who owns the seduction club that some of the other nobles frequent, and a criminal organization that has been muscling in on, well, in our fine little city. Then again, there's also that annoying cult that has been lurking about. They've been much more harder to deal with. I said there was an annoying cultist group that has been running around amok as well, but harder to deal with them due to not sticking around very long or having predictable operations. I see. So you are aware of them. At least that's what they call themselves. As well as a bunch of people running around in yellow turbans, loincloths, togas, and everything else in between. Right, it seems like you are telling me the truth. And she sends Syndra a message, which I will pull this again for her. Ooh, okay. Well, it didn't go below. And you do hear the message again, Syndra. Ah, yes, you know Adea. And you do feel the acidine tone from this voice, as well as those punks that are really a pain. Anyway, I think I should be able to send your friend to Emerald Star via Magic Circle if they have something over there equivalent. If not, it'll be a bit difficult for her.
Hmm. Sindri replies back, I do not believe the druids have a circle like that.
Mavis,
Though,
you see her roll her eyes like,
though there may be a possibility.
the reply comes back to you. Please, I'm all ears. Your friend here has not rested well. Came back in a flash of bright light, injured, but yet eager to return to you.
Okay, this is player to player because I think you do, but does Mavis have something from the sharp tooth?
I'll leave that to Mavis looking to her inventory.
I don't.
So I feel like you
Alright.
have something from the either the Emerald Star or the sharp tooth drive.
Not in the.
Or what about your fellow party members making things?
Oh, like my arrows? Have some of
Yep.
those.
As you present the arrows, Miriam looks at it. We
Yeah,
can use
Sindri
it.
comes back. I believe Mavis should have something made by one of us which might lock it better.
Can you give me a description of who or what would have made it for them, so I don't just send her off into the wrong direction and God forbid she falls on somewhere else and breaks her back?
Bluish green kobold with one wing and metal teeth.
Sandra, you get the feeling of a slight disgust coming from this voice that says, my goodness, she deals with savages. I truly feel sorry for her.
Asher!
You can see Ty turn in. I guess somebody was talking about you.
Why are you just grabbing me?
You might want
Alright.
to step slightly to the side.
It's away from the table he's been sitting at while eating breakfast. Why?
Yeah, it is a very big breakfast for all you guys as the Sharptooth and Bone Breakers, as well as the Dust Striders, are gathered around eating. Zarambal is not present, nor is Yabala. And neither is Shaktima. But going back to Mavis, Mariam just holds her hand out and goes, 5 of those arrows might be beneficial to help me get you back to your coterie. The ones crafted by the savage one, apparently, that you are indebted to.
He makes a lot of my arrows. Nice.
Tyrannin. That should aid me to locate him much quicker.
Great.
Yep, so take out 5 arrows from your inventory, whichever ones you want, because you will be sacrificing those.
I feel tingly. I don't know why.
As you give her the arrows, she looks over to the man that's been standing silently by. And she goes, Walter, be a dear and prepare a magic circle to send our dear guest to her friends. He kind of looks a little annoyed by it as she tosses him 3 of the arrows and she walks over, starts planting them into a circular positioning. He kind of grumbles. What are your languages again? Because it takes me a while to remember people's permanent languages.
Elvish, Cardials.
Oh, you got Sylvan. Okay. So you do actually hear what they're saying as Walter speaks very rough Sylvan. But you do understand the words of, she's just an outsider. Why are you so concerned? Shouldn't we just have her for dinner? And you do hear in a more aggressive, if not commanding, yet oddly sweet voice from Miriam as she just adds, if anyone touches her, I will flay you alive, and I will have you bask in the sun. I have my reasons that I need not share with any of you. And you can see Walter looks a bit paler than usual.
With the like
And-
soft smile. I just
She blinks for a moment, looks you up and down, then she smiles very sweetly. Oh, I keep forgetting that you would also have that sort of tongue. Worry not, they won't harm you. Not as long as I'm still here, anyway. Anyway, it's best you get to your coterie and... Well, I look forward to the time you all arrive here to Rashakan. As a magic circle appears in the center. Hurry up. I can't keep this open for long. Yep, no worries. Just roll me a d100.
oh 25.
Oh, okay. So while you're at it, roll me 2d10. Okay. So, let me just move some of you guys around a bit. Because you're all having your breakfast. And she is elsewhere. As well as the other one is elsewhere. Just updating that real quickly. I'm not gonna bother touching the, removing the red marks. But, let's see. 1, 2, oh wow, Tyrion is over there, so... 15, okay. Roll this. Yeah, okay. So, Tyrion, roll me a d4.
Sorry.
1, 2, 3. Okay. So, Mavis, as you travel through the portal, or you step into the circle, you do see that Mariam has a very sweet smile, which you do notice the sharp fangs. But it's not hostile or dangerous or predatory anyway. It's just more of a very annoying aunt or mom just bidding her child goodbye to go to school. And Tyrannin, just about 15 feet above you, and for you, Mavis, you appear right there above him.
Syndra, why do I feel tingly?
Don't worry too much. And right on cue.
And I need Mavis roll
some
me a
sort of
dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity check to try to catch her.
You may certainly try.
I can't catch her. I have poison.
I'm gonna fall on my ass.
And
no.
and Mavis roll me a dexterity saving throw.
24.
So, Tyrannin, it suddenly got dark above you. You look up.
Oh shit!
Mavis lands right on you, and Mavis managed to just maneuver just enough to land right on top of you, but also have her hands and feet on the ground while you are flat on your back.
You're not dead.
Oh, you're either.
Could you get up? What happened? Did you meet him? Did you? Have you seen most of you?
Aggressive. Sword.
Oh,
Yeah, I was going to ask about that.
by your gods, did you kill you?
Actually, she let me go.
What?
Bloody hell.
And then she jumped off the bridge.
What?
I don't really know. We're on our way to another port. See any Chakra. Off the bridge. Really thankful. Scrum. I ran back to the back here. Crimson Manor.
Oh, with a name like the Crimson Sands. Where is the Crimson Manor?
She was in Rashikan.
They wanted all of my. I said no.
Give them.
Gave them 5 arrows that you made me.
No, I don't. Teeth of a primal. So you.
Oh, the book. Do you guys have the book?
Doesn't Rena have it?
No. Where the hell is she, anyway?
I don't know, I haven't seen it in 2 days.
Well, she was with Yabala, but I don't know after that. She was with me in the room for all of a minute and then gone.
8.
Well,
This can
probability
only be
is
good.
it's safe.
Yeah.
I'm not liking that probability with Overreda, but not that we have a choice at the moment.
Do
Fuck.
any of you?
Everybody slowly looks at Kermit.
There's a skeleton in the back that just slowly raises its hand.
Did somebody teach?
He looks at your arms. No.
By the way, Mavis, you can roll me a history advantage as you remember your adopted mother.
Oh, I didn't do it. Oh, I'm gonna just.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yay!
You remember that your mother's arms, or your adopted mother's arms, was not as brawny, despite the fact that she exerted a great deal amount of strength.
Sorry.
Well, I
Have
think I
you
could do it.
spent some time with it? Like an hour? Have you two to look?
Also, Syndra, you're casting Detect Magic on that sword.
Yeah.
I was gonna. I was gonna.
Looking explicitly for good old, hi, I'm a golem that's telling Ed everything.
You don't get any of that.
On my mind.
You
when
just
I
get-
first got it.
You just get a very high level of abjuration and enchantment.
Alright, sword's clean. Alright,
course,
Mavis,
you-
everything that
you-
they gave you.
That was it.
You probably need you're probably going to need not detect magic, but identify for this thing to really
Yeah.
know what it is.
This is the preliminary, where the fuck's the bugs?
Right?
Yeah. So far, it looks clean to you.
How does
Unless-
Mavis look? Is Mavis covered in bugs?
I was gonna say. I didn't check.
Nope. All he
The
senses the
vampires
magic
doing
of her
anything?
equipment. Nah. No no effects of illusions or enchantments. No mental effects were cast on you. Just the after effects of magic circle, and that's it.
Fell a lot.
Well, you're alive, you're back. I don't sense anything. Don't see anything, I think we're fine. Waffles. Nobody?
And
Tyrion sitting here with like
Oh.
3 in his mouth. What?
Binge hears the word waffles, moves over. I could get some more waffles. See, helps himself. You see most of the other Chartreuse members handling as well.
Also,
I want no waffles.
Take like 2 more waffles.
Along with waffles, there's eggs. You don't know
Do
where
waffles
it
have
came from.
souls?
Oh yeah, they'll have fulls, squares, all the other stuff, everything.
No, I said do waffles have souls?
Sadly, they do not.
Me and Bosmar will not be having any.
Bolzamar just kind of picks at one of the waffles. And then goes, looks for a pancake. Kind of grumbles. Speaking
Waffles
in...
don't have souls with pancake.
But, Syndra, so you're going to cast Identify or anything on that sword, or are you going to attune to it?
Yeah, might as well ritual cast it.
Alright. So I'll give you the full stat rundowns of this particular sword, but this is a taste of what it is.
how long does it?
An hour. Oh my god.
Wow, that is a fucking strong sword.
It belonged to a particularly very powerful paladin. but now
Welcome
Paladin
to the
is
front
missing.
line. Yeah,
I imagine
I
Syndra
will-
just took
Wait,
like
is
a
this-
drink of something and just spit it out when like the spell kicked in.
it'll probably be
Is this glowy sword?
So we'll get the full set rundown from Isaac.
Yeah, I'll give you the full statue because I gotta pull it out from Akra's actual battle sheet.
I will.
Miser,
Yes.
is this the glowy sword?
Nope, that's the Horn Knight's sword that she was hitting everybody else with for a while.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tiernan, you just got an alcoholic coffee shower.
Why?
She's literally just like pointing at the sword now. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, it's a big pointy stick.
Tiernan.
Yes.
She would have killed us. A lot.
Oh fuck. Well, now it's at least in our hands for now.
This sword was forged by. Fuck every giant.
Binge gets a waffle shower as Tiernan sits out what he was eating.
That's a waste of food, sir.
Permit just takes a big sip of the nearest thing and just spits it because he sees everybody else doing it.
Oh my
God.
god.
You spit it on.
Tiernan points at it. Keep that fucking thing away from me.
I'm not.
No, I mean, it's not a dragonbane. It's sword of giant bond.
No, it's really awkward when you get confused about magic.
I hold it.
No.
Okay, this explains why Ed
Sure.
chose Akra. I mean, this sword alone, let alone if Akra was. Okay, that's terrifying. I thought Red Sword was terrifying.
I think they only get worse.
Wait, what
Syndra.
did we get a weapon off the green one?
No.
Oh,
You destroyed him. You destroyed him completely.
I thought we got a spell.
No.
Didn't I destroy it?
No, we didn't touch the bow. He just fell off and we killed him.
Yeah, you just killed him. You didn't take his bow.
Well, no, that would mean Ari has the bow because she went down and got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was a little positive either I or Ari got it, but I'm pretty sure I was a little too focused, so it was probably Ari.
Okay.
Ari explicitly went down and grabbed the armor and like brought it up, and that's when we decided to like tear it apart.
Green armor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I brought that up because it was like, looky,
Yes, it was.
and so on.
Yes, it was this armor, which I will show, but you guys don't have it because you freed the 5 souls out of it, so it no longer has that.
Ah, it's got power.
No, not only that, but
Turning.
Turnin, but Turnin did eat a part of its ability, so
So yeah, we'd probably have just giant fucking bow just sitting around that Ari's been like, yeah.
I will
That
give
was
you-
just a piece of garbage anyway. It's fine.
I will
Tyranid,
give you the
why are
rest
you
of the
green?
bow as well.
I really weird dream.
So
Probably ate a piece of ancient dragon soul.
You didn't share?
Can you leave your body and enter a dharma?
Dude,
Sorry,
I'm
what?
not dragon soul eating.
Also, I'm a dragon. I have a bit of a better penchant for dealing with dragon souls than you would.
They taste like.
I know.
I'll leave it to you to figure out what the taste of a green dragon soul is like.
No, actually, I was going to ask you that too.
You ever bitten into a lime?
Yes.
Like,
I-
rind and all?
Yes.
Have.
Yes, actually.
That, but instead of... But it also had gone pretty bad.
Yes.
Excruciatingly sour.
Oh, is that what you get from limes when they go bad? Because last time I remember it was absolutely the worst. No, it wasn't the worst. It was one of them.
I think I tasted that when I kissed Bozamar.
Ah!
I'm sorry. I don't.
Don't ask. Please, no one ask.
I don't want anything to do
I'm
with
just
this.
going to
doggone
continue to drink.
chicken romance. This is terrifying.
Binge just quietly munches on his piece of meat and just says, "You know, I could probably go for a bit of hell stew, but I haven't found any hellhounds as of yet."
Don't worry, Binge. We'll summon some if we have to.
Is it possible? He looks very wondrous-eyed.
I have no idea, but I would imagine. I mean, we're probably close to the hills. It shouldn't be too much work.
Also, Syndra can roll me Arcana or Religion, and Mavis, you can roll me History at advantage. Waiting for Mavis.
And please. Didn't process.
Yes.
History of it.
Yep.
Hi. I
Okay.
mean, it's good, but
Well, okay, so we'll go with Syndra first. Syndra, the sword is not just any sword, it's a sword that is crafted by giants that acknowledge the wielder of that sword as a friend of giants. And it usually requires approval of certain giants, or at least leaders of those giant kin, to grant it that sort of power. And Mavis, from your memory, at least when you traveled with Akra when you were younger, giants never seemed to bother you. If anything, they were very respectful to Akra. Of course, once in a while, one seems to get really rowdy and tries to fight with Akra. It's definitely a harsh fight, but she made sure that you were far enough away you didn't get hit by a stray rock or, from her case, a random spell that seems to come out from the sword itself.
I was pretty safe on Giant. At least when I was with her. Protected her.
That old woman told me I need to get my sword covered in giant's blood to unlock its true potential.
That you did.
I help you.
I mean, it could always be consensual giant's blood.
This is also true.
Oh, I doubt I had anything. I just happened to be.
Read that one more time for me.
I just happened to be. Mostly Sakura.
Yeah, you don't sense anything wrong with the weapon. Also, the bow is also free of bugs. I just need to get a proper image for that one.
No worries.
But
Bows
breakfast
there.
was
So, question. Yes. Do we have more friends, or do we just make more enemies in Rashakan?
We have friends. At least I do. Two Vince.
Good. I
She
like
had a
it
lot
that
of
way.
sass. Attitude. Everyone wanted to eat Mario.
Sounds like my kind of place.
A vampire?
What's a vampire?
By not saying. Pretty sure I did.
You did.
See?
Bloody hell. Literally.
Kept saying
What's
I
a
was
vampire?
scared.
Kermit, there are. Do you know what a. You see him? She points back at the skeleton. That's called us undead. He's dead, but he's not.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Okay. You've seen a zombie, right? Where they have more skin on them?
Yes.
A vampire is like an everyday person, except they're dead and they survive by drinking the blood of the living.
They consume blood.
Exclusively, I believe.
What about souls?
Oh, wait. Technically, wait. Didn't she? Oh, wait, she's a half, isn't she?
I don't
Yeah,
believe
she
she's
is.
fire.
I mean, I guess. I mean,
She
Overeem
walk around in
has
the
been consuming
sunlight.
souls.
You can become a vampire?
Yes.
I thought you were born one.
Can be.
You can be.
What do their eggs look like?
I don't even want to think about that, to be honest, but I'd imagine they look like pretty much any mortal creature's eggs, except for...
Black.
You know, there's some serious cultural differences going on here that I am not entirely sure I'm ready to talk about.
We need to find some vampire eggs.
I would rather never have to see that in my life.
This is great.
Shut up, bitch.
You know,
Then
maybe I'll
should-
have to ask. Maybe I'll have to ask old Dagoroth what vampire eggs look like. I think he used to hang out with a vampiric dragon.
Ugh.
Am I a vampire?
No.
No, you're a
You're
But
grunt.
I
not.
drink blood.
You can certainly try.
If you touch me, I swear to God.
I'm not sure grunt could become vampires.
Binge, come here for a second.
Oh God.
Binge gets up, walks over.
Binge,
What's he
remember,
doing?
he's poisonous.
I think I can handle it. Kind of walks over.
Cut your hand a little bit.
I'm gonna roll this for Binge.
Okay, you're
Actually,
not
no.
an undead. Actually, no, there is a way we could figure this out. Tinin, get me a wooden stake.
How would you eat a wooden steak? That
Oh,
sounds
we're
no.
not. We're going to shove it into your heart. If it kills you, we know you're a vampire.
You're gonna shove wood meat into my heart?
It just takes out one of
Yeah.
the really old spears.
Oh my God.
Both,
Like
both-
Citra's got that like
both-
expression, like that evil smile of both "I'm sick of your shit" and
both Tinge and Orikanos, they both have their spears ready, waiting on Tyrannon's orders.
wait. That's right. We need you. You have to kill someone. Well, at least fight. I'm not sure there's a killing requirement.
Kill who?
Tyrion, fill him in on the fight.
Oh, right, yes. You
Fight?
have been contracted into the fight pits. Congratulations.
What is a fight pit?
It's like a big circle that you get to murder people in.
Really?
Yeah,
How much do I have to pay?
You remember the arena in Nzato?
that's part is. It's free.
I get to kill for free?
Yes. Also, I believe it's a friend of yours.
I have friends?
Well, we were told it was a rather fat you.
He's like me?
Yeah, your race, a grung.
He's a vampire?
No, it's not a vampire.
No,
We're stuck on the
totally different, but
vampire. Fuck.
Frog man.
I think the guy you were telling us about, the one that killed your dad.
One that betrayed
Oh!
you.
Oh! He's a vampire?
my God.
No.
He could be.
That's nothing to do with that.
All
And
this
if you
time,
kill him, you
I
can take his
didn't know
powers.
that he was a
Drink
vampire.
rum.
You know what? We're just gonna give him the wooden stakes and let him deal with it. At this point, it wouldn't surprise me.
I will feed him these wooden stakes with a
No,
side of
you
wooden
take
mashed
them and you
potatoes.
hammer them into the heart.
Oh,
It's the quickest way.
Really fat,
Talking
wears
about-
stupid hat.
you're talking about Baral?
Named Barrel.
Yeah,
I think this is the first time I've honestly heard his name.
saw him not too long ago. He was hiding behind a tree.
When?
In the last town.
He was.
Oh, when
Oh,
you guys
that
fought
makes
the
so much
Slav.
sense.
I figured I was just losing it.
Probably not if the sludge showed up right before or after you saw him.
I always see things.
That's what eyes are for.
One of the sharp tooth just says, "You might be on the mushrooms a bit too much."
One time I saw a big old dragon behind you, Tyrion.
Makes sense.
Yep, I see a lot of things.
Sindra, you see one of the Chartooth mutter in Draconic says, I wonder what he's having. I want it."
Actually, I've been being taught Draconic.
Sindra's like just slowly points over at the monkey. The booze monkey.
Lord, to
Sindra,
give me what
Sindra's
you
been teaching me Draconic.
have.
It's all the
He goes-
dirty words first.
Just I scream every profanity I know in Draconic at them, thinking I'm having an actual conversation.
They just look very confused. Look over to Tyrion for clarification, then to Sindra because they know they clearly.
We'll try to
I'm
keep
just-
him away from the children.
I'm just smiling and nodding at them.
In Draconic, there's just a whisper, "We're trading him wrong." As a joke.
Just give a thumbs up to them.
Of course they will. They also give you a thumbs up, but very slowly and reluctantly.
Tyrion, how do I say I'm a vampire in Draconic?
Oh dear.
I'm gonna teach him the saying, "I'm an idiot."
Oh god.
I turn and repeat it to them.
While this is happening, run up my two.
Okay, I'll give you the stats of the sword later. But it is surprisingly light on your hands.
Sindra, I know you're never in melee combat, but like, here's his old sword, it was still rather good.
Let's see.
Scimitar of acidic pain.
I wouldn't know what to do with it if I tried.
So more about
Bounces
this
all
fight
wrong.
pit.
Ah, yes. In 12 days, you'll will be in a 1v1 versus 1 competition with a barrel. Or at least
I only have to
somebody
take
who's-
one?
Yes.
Can I take on more?
Not at a time, but
Maybe.
we'll see.
Are you gonna be in it?
Possibly.
Oh yes, I will.
Who else? Just us?
You, I, both of the leaders of the bands that are here.
Yes, the man who's
Okay.
killed a lot of people, and the super awesome monkey with the stick, and
That almost killed me.
No, that's the other monkey.
No, he's fighting
No.
too, though.
Do we know who we're fighting besides Barrel?
Yes, I will be fighting the Venom Hands champion. The other ones will be fighting other forms of champions.
Maybe we can find a giant before 12 days.
As you say that out loud, and I'm just gonna roll this for them. Yeah. So, Red Tears, who's listening in, mentions it. Oh. Red Tears mentions they were the fire creatures. Would they count as giants?
I just look at Syndra. Do they count as giants?
He's a giant kin.
did they bleed?
No, they're the walking fire monstrosities.
Actually, Syndra was looking at Hermit while saying that, not Red Deers. Because Syndra's definitely pulling that sarcasm of like, did they bleed?
Everything bleeds.
Well, only after it completely set you on fire 3 or 4 times, but I think that was mostly your blood, if I recall. No, they don't bleed. They're not giants. Constructs.
Damn. Well, it wouldn't be that hard to find giants. They're giants. Where are they hiding? Behind large trees?
Well, actually, these trees are actually pretty big themselves to hold a
Yeah,
village up.
I start looking around at all the very large trees.
Part of me tells me to let him go do it. Another part of me says we need him. I don't like this.
Mock walks in, points north. Whoa!
Mock, what are you trying to say?
Whoa! Oh!
Somebody's trapped in a well?
Oh! Oh!
Guys, I think somebody's trapped in a well.
My sanity.
Oh my god.
Mock starts waving over to the other bone breaker of the group. Oh! What?
What the hell is he saying?
He wants to play charades.
The really large one. Organ walks over. Still has a few bandages here and there. But he's not critically wounded anymore. Starts grunting, talking to Mock, who's pointing in that direction. He looks over there. Starts talking back to him. They're basically just speaking ape for the moment. I was gonna roll this for him one more time. That is a 38. Alright, grab that, pull that. Where is it? There you go. Okay. So Rogan points in the direction of where Mock is talking and just says, rumor have it that there is ruins that hold the old giant kin, the mountain ones.
How many days travel?
He kind of looks again, sniffs. It would be 4 days travel there and 4 days back.
That would be cutting it close.
You have raptors, no? Should cut your travel time in half.
Well, guys, I think I need to kill a giant.
Do about that.
Caution though, it's ruins. We don't go there since it belongs to the other tribes that patrol that areas.
Nah.
Is there any way we can stay in communication?
I will ping to you guys where it's at. If you go back to the map here. And I should do this to save myself a headache. As here. The Shartu village is right here in this particular spot. And we'll just say that you do have a very rudimentary map of the location of where to find the mountain, or at least the possible ruins.
Wait, where is it? Can you ping it? Oh.
Here is where you guys are at right now.
Yep.
The location that they are referring to as they are pointing north that will take either 4 days traveling on foot or 2 days almost no rest with the raptors. So go there.
What else do you think?
Okay.
And then Rugan will add, you will be close to, as he looks over to Red Tears and the others, former lands of the Dust Striders and likely Yengul Raider patrol areas.
If he really wants an opinion, I think it's a bad idea.
I love bad ideas.
I really believe it. I mean, we really should be worrying about... She kind of turns and motions towards everyone else.
If I take a raptor, it'd only take me 2 days to get there.
Should do nothing alone.
That's true.
We really need to get them moving. Ed already knows this location. It's only a matter of time before he tries to eradicate them again.
I guess I'm needed here.
That's why.
So
after
maybe
the
along
fights-
the way.
After the fights, I believe it's a Russian.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I would imagine that we could, but I don't know. It seems very dangerous to go through territory of our enemies.
Think of all the magical alcohols you could try along the way. And Tyranid, I hear they have nice shiny jewels there. And Mavis, I heard they have whatever you like there also.
Oh, I'm so convinced.
Books. They have books.
Like books.
And Ari,
I
they
don't
have
really feel sure it's
horn
much
polish.
reading.
Sorry, they have what?
Have horn polish.
Uh-huh. Thank you.
The finest horn polish in all of the land.
Well, we'll have to see when we get there, huh?
It's not like we said we weren't going, Kermit. It's just we're going to have to put it on hold for now.
But think of the jewels.
Oh well, they'll still be there.
I heard there's rival jewel thieves in the area.
Not a thief.
And book thieves.
Horn polished
boy.
thieves.
Horn polished thieves.
Right.
What the heck? Why are we feeding into this?
Well,
I have
you
very.
had to round everybody up quickly and get them over to Emerald Star now, shouldn't we?
Yeah, let's get going.
Where did I put it?
We could increase your hoard by double.
Tyrannin, since I rolled that 2 anyway, so can you roll me a perception at advantage?
Oopsies. $11.
11. Well, things seem to be a bit of a quiet morning as everyone is having their meals and preparing for whatever comes by tomorrow. And you definitely... Actually, wait, Mavis, what's your passive again? I feel like I keep forgetting all these things, but it's been a while. Right. I forgot. You got the highest one. So you do smell a bit of smoke and fire. Or at the very least, you do smell something burning in the distance. You smell it from, and I will give you an arrow. You smell it from the direction of Yabala's hut.
The book thieves have become book arsons.
I noticed.
Well,
I'll follow her.
Save the books.
it's
Yeah, it's where the big house that And as you start approaching, you do notice there is notable black fire, black smoke coming out from the entryway.
Oh, I sneezed and jumped into the trees.
I think the ritual has started.
Yes. Cinder, could you? She's. Darn ball.
Syndra
mean-
will knock.
Name me a Constitution saving throw as you touch the door.
It's extremely hot, even for your skin.
Would my danger sense be tingling?
Yes,
Actually, that is a question, Miser. Meta-wise, has my resistance changed yet, or is it still acid?
it's still acid.
Okay. Ow.
Back up from that door. There's something's not right.
Actually, I'm pretty sure things are all right.
Did I pour some water on it?
You can certainly try.
Alright, I'll decanter of endless water.
Go for it.
Okay.
Also roll me D100 while you're at it.
Yep.
Also, I gotta do this now. Needs those two. So, as you do this, there is a massive explosion of steam. And it feels like a sauna now.
I'm gonna wander.
Well, that didn't work.
I'm gonna wander over here and poke my head in to see if our team is in bed.
She is not.
I'm gonna whack the door with Doc.
Finish our team is
Roll
not
the
in here.
attack.
I imagine she's already inside this.
You actually managed to dent it. You realize that the door has been enchanted.
Syndra, it's doing magic stuff.
I need to find something.
Question is, do I do something absolutely stupid or not?
I think the door's a vampire.
Nope, it's in the sunlight. It's not a vampire. Ah, bloody hell. This gets me killed, I swear. Zarin Ball.
Okay. So, I will paint the image or give you the visual. You do see Zarambal. He is crouched downward, huddled up. He looks like he is in severe pain. In front of him is a burnt carcass with a large gaping hole in the center. And you don't need to roll it because you know who Zarnbell is. You do notice that his armor is falling apart as his body gets a bit larger. But most notably is that his horns, or rather, his once lack of horns, are now popping out of his head.
Cinder just kind of cuts it off there. We're fine. It's done.
What's going on with him?
He's
Also,
dealing with pain.
one more thing
Syndra, can you roll me a wisdom saving throw before you cut off your scrying?
Yep. Just a moment.
You saw very briefly the sister Jactima also there. Though there's no hostility, at least from what you can tell. She is just watching over her brother. And the other thing you saw was the fact that some of his horns were being pushed backwards, unlike that of a black dragon.
Should have known. That will be a problem. But not one I'm going to concern myself with.
Could everyone roll me a D100?
Ha!
All right. Just grabbing one more thing. Right. So, starting with stop slowing down, blasted computer. Thank you. Okay.
Kieran,
So
you actually
starting-
rolled good?
So starting from the lowest percentage. So Arizel, considering you are also part of the champion of Brachdios, you do sense a wording, or at least the familiar voice of Brachdios speaking in your mind is like, a new champion has been born. Though I suggest you have your friends remove themselves from the door if they don't want to get hit by the fire that's about to erupt. And
clock. I was just gonna say I clocked that, and I'm like, we might want to move away from the door. It doesn't seem like this is a great position.
Kermit, you sense from Bozamar as he's pecking on you. Move, 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 move. So, the entrance, or rather, the entire hut, as you see it slowly breaking downward, but the entrance explodes with a gout of fire. And stepping out of it is a large creature you do not recognize, or at least everyone but Syndra doesn't recognize.
It's a vampire.
It's in daylight, you idiot.
It's a
Wow.
wooden stake.
You know, I think I need to clean my scrying glass. That he looks way better in person.
He moves. The large dragonoid creature kind of cracked its neck a bit, left and right. And behind it is the very familiar. Where did I put your? Here we go. Shaktima, who is carrying a very familiar stick that you all recognize it belonging to Yabala. And Sindra, since you are in that position of seeing it, you do see that this large creature, Dragonoid, which you do know it's Zarambal, in his left arm, is cradling the remains or the charred remains of Yabala. And all of you can tell he's a lot bigger now. Where's Ripa? Where did I put that oversized buddy of his? Because he is definitely going to be close by. There he is. Yep. Because, yeah, he's making a beeline. Which some of you may need to make a dexterity as he is just running full throttle. Actually, no. Don't worry. He hops over you because he has jumping power.
2 shortest ones as well.
And again, the large creature looks at all of you and takes a breath for a moment or breathes out, and you kind of see he coughs up some of the soot. It is done.
Well, I'm sorry it had to be done.
I still need time to acclimate to this change, but her knowledge has been passed to me as well. I don't see your pink-haired friend around.
We hoping you would.
We sent her out before we commenced the ritual. I don't know where she is at. As I will show to players.
All right, everyone, start checking beds, see who she's sleeping with. She is a bard, after all. The black is showing.
I'm confused. Who is this?
Zoranbol. Met him several times already.
Why is he big?
Rituals.
A ritual.
How are you burning books?
He looks over to the hut. That was not my intention, as he kind of realizes what's going on.
I'm gonna make Mavis cry. She loves books.
Oh my god.
I think I'm good on this.
Right. I suppose this bodes either new tidings and strange things. Kind of pauses, looks at all of you. My mother had left a message for you all.
Parrot.
One in particular for you, Tyranid. The message there is a pause as he is clearly trying to collect his thoughts. You've changed much and lost much as well, but know that your efforts are not in vain. And she also said thank you.
I've been thanked before, this is weird.
I thanked you a couple of days ago. What the fuck?
I never think you're serious.
He's used to being thanked with jewels.
No.
Cinder kind of gives him that look like, you're not wrong.
Well,
I can't fault you on that.
Paula did much for us. It was hard to urge you into that.
Seems like he'll be
I
better
wouldn't
off.
even be around if she wasn't there, so. Your clan and kin are under my wing as soon as they're big enough again.
You see Zarwell kind of scratch his neck a bit. I still have time before the decisive start, I suppose.
Yes. Good use. Abilities. You have 12 days. Any more thought into plans over to Star Outpost?
There's a deep sigh in this. Yes. It was actually a request of my mother toward our mother, as he gently pats on Shaktima's shoulder. And ironically, at the same time as Binge is walking over, my decision is to follow the will of our mother, and she has, as he literally looks right at Binge, she had requested that we move our tribe to Binge's world.
That?
I suspect that is the reason why she wanted me to take the mantle. I am too bound to the land. Of course, he does look over to Binge. This may be a lot to ask, but perhaps wrong to put this upon your shoulders. But she had told you the secret to your potential. In exchange, he looks over to Tyrion. I apologize, but our mother requests that if the time comes, he will decide to help not just our clan, but those that may join us to move, or I believe the word you call it is immigrate to his world.
Find the earthen seal then.
Binge looks nervous. Looks over to you, Tyrion. Sorry, Lord Tyrion, I didn't realize she was serious.
What, are you scared to see your wife?
No, just how do I explain to my wife that I lead all these people and
Right, you're saving hundreds of lives.
Binge kind of nods, but he's kind of shaking a bit in his armor, and Shaktima adds, considering that when I had spoken with my mother last night on our final dinner together, there is something else you all should know. Even if you succeed in stopping the mage, measures will be taken to close off this world. It will happen. Or at least the deciding factor will be in 5 months in the eclipse.
Not when the stars align in fall.
More than that, you will all be close to the heart of the astral plane, the sea of stars. What happens afterwards, my mother could not foresee it anymore. But as my brother had said, a repeated amount of times your efforts are not in vain, as you have changed the trajectory of fate. As she explained to us, she died a useless death many times over without passing her power. That is why she gave thanks.
It was something I was wondering about. If it is the only way to ensure it.
Zarbal answers, I have her knowledge, but it's still difficult to sort it out. As Tyrannin has mentioned, I will need time to acclimate to, as he gestures to his larger body now. You start noticing a lot of the other Chartooth members begin approaching, definitely pointing and looking excitably, but not in a cheerful manner.
You should take care of your personal matters.
We'll meet again in 12 days. No, less than that, it seems.
Are you going to begin the migration process now or after the fight?
After all this is properly settled. What comes after the eclipse? And we're going to end the session here for this evening. Thank you, everyone. I know it's a bit of a role-playing slog a little, but, hey, you guys managed to change a few things. For better or worse. I am your DM for this evening, Miser Mark. You can find my content on Miser Mark on both YouTube and Twitch. And, well, I I just basically wiped out a bunch of my NPCs.
Good riddance.
Oh dear.
We
Well,
liked these ones.
Nope, I hate all NPCs.
Yeah, murder
Anyway.
hobo.
Don't worry, we'll quench your murder hobo tendencies in a little bit of next or
I'm
Well,
not a murder hobo.
no worries, I'm not accusing you or anything.
I'm a
But anyway. Anyway, okay. So tomorrow is, I believe, Sea of Sorrows for
Yep.
Yep. So I'll hand it over to Moogle for Sea of Sorrows.
Hi, I'm Goth Moogle. I play Syndra. My website is chaosandparadox.card.co, where you can see my commission information. Tomorrow is Sea of Sorrows, where we continue going through an absolutely horrible place. And, yeah, hopefully Mariner's going to be back with Kyle, because, I got to torment everybody. It sounds like one of our players that we hope is seriously going to get better soon, because COVID sucks. Won't be able to join us, or maybe they will. I wish them the best, because I caught it earlier this year, and I wouldn't wish it on my own enemies. So, yeah, we really, really hope you get a speedy recovery, Jason. So, pass it over to Jeebus.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeebus the Diggers on Twitter and YouTube. I just recently, as in earlier today, finally finished up building a new PC. So a lot of tweaking will be going on for the next bunch of streams till I can figure out exactly what I can do to improve everything for everybody. So keep an eye out for that. And then go over to Az.
Hello, my name is Az. I play as our lovely Ari in this game, and I play in the Tuesday game as Mala, so you'll see me there. Yeah, my Twitter information is down below. I just mostly post things related to D&D, as well as art, so yeah.
I think that is everyone else. Someone else wants to plug
Wait.
There we go.
I'm Salad. I'm our vampire, and no, I'm good. I have no plugs.
Okay, not a problem, buddy. Still, thank you to my players joining in and toughing it out with me. Oh wow. I need to stop
Die.
doing that. Drink the water. Yeah, have a good night, everyone.